Mob Nastation is in here. Mob Nasty, what's up, bro?
Dale, Mob Nasty.
The mobster, Mob Nasty. He's mobbing. Schmobbing. Mob Nasty. Let's see who all gets in here, man. I got your notification right now, so we'll see how it goes. JD Delay is in the building. He says first.
Hey,
what's up, JD?
Cracking, big dog. How you doing?
Big JD in the house, man. What's up, brother? Moises de Castro, Mike Henderson, T Zips, Ruben Revolution, and Sancal Native. Shout out to JD, man. We appreciate you coming in last week, man, and really great conversation. Great conversation.
The people loved it. The people loved it.
Yeah, the people loved it. It was good just, chopping it up. Fellow content creators in here, we're all just working, man. And the ups and downs of YouTube. And we could definitely say that you, John Bravo, all the different content creators, Jesse on Fire that support us, man. We definitely support you guys, man.
Absolutely.
But is Brownside about that life or they just pretend? I don't know if Brownside still raps. Are you talking about the rappers? I think the main guy passed away, so I don't think they still excuse me. I don't know if they're still doing their thing.
Which one, Senkan?
I'm an Iraq combat veteran. I got severe PTSD. I was going through the same shit in your videos. Help me, make me smile, calm down. Gracias, Cana. Absolutely, William. Absolutely, man.
That's right. Oh, the cop one? Yeah. Yeah, that was that cop. I mean, the homie shouldn't have came out of the cell drunk. He's lucky he didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. Dubs told me the story before he did the video, and I was just like, "Ooh, that's a good one." It's that shit could happen just like that over something that simple. The cop was in a position, Dubs, on that video. The cop was in a position where he had to save face because, like you said, he could have been looked at as then everyone's going to get over on him. And oh boy, had to. You definitely, no disrespect is tolerated by. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What's up, Tone?
And then the homie, he's buzzing, and then he's arguing with this old lady. So anything's gonna set him off.
Mm-hmm. He said, "Gun, my homeboy all LA'd out." I'm a Lakers fan. Everyone knows on my channel that I'm a big Lakers fan.
Hey, what about hold on, let me see. I just saw something. Hold on.
What up with it, Enrico?
The Lakers were sold to the Dodgers.
Were they?
I think it's the other way around, no?
It's probably the other way around. I don't see the Bus family selling.
Yeah, I think that the Dodgers were sold to the. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't think Jenny Buss would sell the Lakers. She's gonna hold it down. That was her dad's love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. 10 billion. 10 billion. 10 billion? Yeah, damn. I like how Dubs did his chat, Gunner. That shit is pretty dope. How'd Dubs do his chat? How'd you do your chat, Dubs?
It's right, fool. I don't know. Hey, the Dodgers were not sold. The Los Angeles Lakers were sold to the controlling owner of the Dodgers. What?
No. Oh, there it is.
Sold to the Dodgers, fool.
Mm-hmm.
For $10 billion.
10 billion. Billy. 10 Billy tickets. Eli says, Guns, I went to a live for JD. I was not disappointed. Yeah, man. Shout out JD's in here, or he was. His lives are good, man. Informational. He's always on top of the game, man. It has badges on it when you comment on it. It says T-Zips. On your channel, it has badges when you comment, Dubs?
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
That's what he says. It has badges on it when you comment.
Oh, they've been had that. I think yours does too. I remember I was saying, hey, what are those things? There's like a 1 on some people. There's a 2. There's a 3. I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's that. You know how that thing every now and then it'll highlight shit for us.
Yeah.
Like sponsorship. I think they're doing.
Oh, it's doing that. Did you see Jaime Munguez? A sample and B samples came back dirty. Yeah, for testosterone. He was definitely in the mix, huh? There ain't no getting out of that one. He says, yeah, yours isn't doing it. Yeah, I don't know, T-Zips. I don't know why it's not doing that.
I think it's just some kind of free thing they do to try to get you. Like, they don't tell you they're doing it, and then they want you to get whatever they're doing. Like, I don't know how to pay for it. But I don't know what it is. It just has, like, JD Delay has a crown with a number 3. Moses has a crown with a number 2. T-Zips is the number 1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea, man. I'm gonna go watch your video about the hunger strikes, Fernando. It's a good video, man.
I'm gonna say it's whoever has the most mayonnaise in their hair is the number 1.
T-Zips, heavy as the head that wears that crown.
Greasy.
Yeah,
is
it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope, man. Man, YouTube is changing up. They're doing whatever they want to do. I think it's the first people to join the chat or first comment, says St. Cal Native.
No, because Mob Nasty was the first one in here.
Hey, what's up, Megan? Starfire.
On all 4 channels, Mob was the first one in here.
So, look, we got 177 in here. Me and Dubs were having a conversation, right? And he came up with a good topic, a good idea. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Do you guys remember the Banging on Wax? Back in the days, the Crips and the Bloods. I remember when that first dropped, Dubs. That shit was different. It was like something I never thought I'd see, because that was during the time when the Crips and Bloods were really like getting off where they were mad at. Like if you've ever done time like in the Youth Authority, Crips and Bloods in the early 90s, they were getting off. Like they were. And it was crazy. Hey, thank you, Jerome. It was crazy because the Bloods at the time, they were short on every unit, everywhere they went. There was never many of them. There was hella Crips all the time. Not a lot of Bloods, but them Bloods, man, they stood their motherfucking ground for reals. You know, I seen a couple times where some Bloods was getting. Anyway, that album when that dropped, it was kind of crazy because no one had ever seen anything like it. And Dubs was talking about a North and South, like Northern rappers from Northern California, Southern rappers, you know, Raza. Doing a Banging on Wax. That would be a trip. What do you guys think? I think it would.
What do you think? And look at
Mm-hmm.
And who are you? So I would, because usually 10 tracks, right? So 5 from the north, 5 from the south. If they did that, Holmes, you know how much, man, they would make money. There would be a lot of publicity. Pyro Level is one of the best ones on there. That's right. But look honestly, I was only able to come up with 4 names that I think would be for the South rapping and 3 for the North, because I don't really know the Northern. I mean, I don't really know that the Raza rappers that good anyways. I want to know, who do you guys think for the South and for the North should be on that if there was a Banging on Wax? And I think we need to get that momentum going to try to convince somebody that should happen.
Yeah. Everybody involved in that project got screwed over, says Kamai.
Oh, and the Banging on Wax? I believe it. Woody's not alive, big dog. He can't be on there.
Yeah. We're talking about nowadays.
They can go in all in dissing at whatever song they want to put out. That's what the Crips and Bloods did.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, the whole point is to show who's a better rapper, though. You know, if people are just dissing, that doesn't mean you have the best song. You know, the best beat with the best flow that's when people will be like, damn, they did that.
Yeah. I think it would be even better if they didn't diss the other side, but just represented where they were from, you know?
That's what I'm saying. To me, it would be whoever has the best beat, the best flow, and like, what are they talking about?
They're 2 already done, Gunner. It's called GUN XIV to Eternity and Cuete. No. I'm talking about a Banging on Wax. 1 album with 5 Northerners, 5 Southerners on the same album, dropping 5 songs, you know, a song each. Kind of like how I understand about the GUN. I had it. Cuete, I had it. I had Homeboys. Most of the dudes from Merced were on that. I know all about that album. But I'm talking about, are ghostwriters allowed? No ghostwriters. Just 5 hard dudes from the South, 5 hard dudes from the North, just going in, man, just doing their thing.
Yeah, you know? and we're asking right now, like, who do you? So here's who I have for the South. I have Baldacci, Little Drummer Boy, Swifty Blue, and Little Weirdo. Those are the only ones I could come up with, right? For the North, I have Bands, GB, and Rico Too Smooth. I don't know who. I mean, you guys. This is just, you know, we're just putting it in the ether, Holmes. You know, maybe we talk about it, the right people see it and say, hey, let's make that happen. But Daniel says, Dubs, can you elaborate on certifications and educational qualifications you hold? I heard you mention paralegal. God willing, I'm going for Juris Doctorate to advocate for dads and family court. So I have
Michelle.
I went to Blackstone. It's a correspondence course. A lot of prisoners do that want to get into the law. I got a certificate in paralegal studies. I got a certificate in personal injury tort law, and a certificate in civil litigation.
RSG, I have no idea, man, but it seems that we get shit like that all the time. I do not know, and I haven't heard that. That's news to me. I know that recently Big Lou from Tracy did. I don't know about Tony from Stories Written. he just might not be doing content anymore. Luis says Burner is better than all of them. We're talking about guys that are considered still in the mix. That's the best way to say it, or in good standings, north and south. I know that Burner's not really considered a northern or a southern rapper. He's just more in his own lane. Burner made his own lane and just cruised into it, right? Tapacio, what's up? He says, I'm an attorney.
That's right.
What's up, Bruce? He said, what's up, fellas? What's up, Kamai? Dubs, I got in a car accident. Can you give me 50K? Shit.
Damn. What the
fuck? Get your level, get your legal shit going.
I didn't hit you. What the fuck?
Yeah. They said, Neta, shout out to Bruno. He did that.
A paralegal can't represent anybody. They just paralegal for a shout out to the lawyer that's in here, but paralegals do all the work. And lawyers do the arguing.
Yes, the paralegals, the grunt, they do all the legwork, and then the lawyer goes in there and cleans it all up smooth too. That's how my lawyer, man, his paralegal, she was the one that would answer the phone. And my lawyer's so cold, he's a cold motherfucker. He'll get on the phone, he'll be like, hurry up, because you're getting charged. Straight up, I'm like, hey, look, bro, I asked the question quick. He's like, 20 minutes. You already know. I was like, man, look at. And then he'd be like, you want me to give you the long answer or the short answer? I said, what costs more? He said, both. They're the same. So he was cold. He's like, you might want to talk to my paralegal because every time we're on the phone, you're getting charged crazy money.
And the paralegal is the one that's going to do all the legwork.
She knew everything. She was smooth, man. She would reach out to me. She was good people. Falmetto said, question for Dubs and Guns. Do you think saying that you wish you could own another man as a pet is gangster?
Nope.
Why would anyone want that? Like, that's some old weird shit.
Weird.
That's weirdo activity. Oh, Welder Gabe, what up though, man? Andy Rodriguez, what it do?
Watching my gaming. I shout out to Welder Gabe. Shout out to everybody that's been watching me game today. Look, I know when I go on Black Ops 4, the gameplay is horrible. That game is so damn hard. But I want to get back into it because it's so hard.
What's up, Liz? Aloha. Emilio Bustos. He says, let me see. Who did you hear say that? Say what,
yeah,
Emilio?
I think what Farmero asked.
Oh, Farmero says, I agree, but Tommy Gun Soul Gang apparently does not. Oh, I heard that. Yeah, that was a lyric in his song. I think he just says anything that rhymes, bro. You know? He's learning. His rap game is his flow is still in progress.
Stranger, but the thing is, Mr. Payaso's busted. So we're trying to think like if it could go down next month, who would be on that?
Mikey said, Boys, BB, Rico, Bands, Asito, Chito, Swifty, Weirdo, Drummer, and Sad Boy. I like Sad Boy. Sad Boy's dope.
Like he's from Bruta. Whoa. I'm putting him on there.
I think you know what would be even a better thing? Say you got two veteranos, two OGs. You know what I mean? Like two older rappers in the game. No, but what I'm saying, the 5 youngsters and then the 2 older guys, like you could have Big Tone, and then on the other side you could have like Conejo. You know what I mean? Like OGs. And then you could have like that are just like older from that, because there was a different era there of rap.
What are you supposed to do? Be the coach?
No, they rap too. They rap. Hey, Casper Loke. I said that Falmetto Casper Loke. I told Dubs Casper Loke definitely got to be on there. He's dope.
Yeah, I'll put him on there.
I like Casper Loke, and I like D Cisneros. D Cisneros is dope from up north. Down south, for me, it's gonna be Swifty. It's gonna be Chito, even though he's from up north, but he represents the South, right? Chito, yeah, Chito would be dope, man. I like Drummer Boy, King Little G, and probably Peso.
Really? Do you think a couple of those are better than Baldacci?
Oh, I forgot about Baldacci. That's what I'm saying. Baldacci and Big Tone too.
You think they're better than Little Weirdo? Little Weirdo's all right.
Yeah, but he doesn't really represent.
He's Southern California. Look at Chito Rana sounds the same in every song. He can rap, but he sounds the same in every fucking song.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Like I said, I got Baldachi, Little Drummer Boy, Swifty Blue, Little Weirdo, Sad Boy Loco. Swifty Blue can sound like any flow.
He's good.
That motherfucker can.
What about old boy Dub?
People can hate on that dude for whatever reason. His hair is fucked up, but Swifty Blue can rap.
What about the Vato from the IE? What's his name? The one that did that one right. The one
Hazard is
Hazard's dope.
Hazard will fuck all of them up.
Hazard's dope. That's what I'm saying.
He did a rap on this protesting shit. Obviously, he has a different, political belief as far as how he views the riots. But the song was hard, home.
He's hard, bro. Hard. He's hard.
Nah, that fool gets down.
Just conversation, and it's just putting it in the air, the energy, right? It's just something to think about, and it would take a lot of conversation. It would take someone deep in the game to
shout
do
out,
that.
hey, I love Ruta, but Sad Boy Loco, you got kicked out. Hazard's got to be in there.
Yeah, it would take someone like Gold Toes or someone like that from Southern California to link up and really make something happen. Two guys that are keyed in on the game and got, hey, he's tight too. Cujo and Westmont Scheme.
And Westmont Scheme, both of them can rap. Cujo,
they're both dope.
That's hey, you know who else is bad as fuck? It's fucking Misfit Soto.
Yeah, Misfit Soto. Oh, Misfit Soto's dope. Shout out Misfit Soto, man. He always shows love.
Yeah,
I like Misfit Soto. He goes. There's so many. That's what I'm saying. When you get to start thinking about it, who would make the cut? And then Gritty Films says, and he says Texas hard. Well, that of course would be the next banging on wax. Texas versus Cali. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Texas versus Cali with the votes count. The guys that just did thing with left. I don't get it. Westmont Scheme and Misfit go. Shout out to both of y'all from Santa Barbara.
Not votes, Yotes.
Oh, Yotes.
Hey, what's up, Lakers? Santa Barbara, baby.
Falmetto and send you some. Misfit Soto goes hard in the paint. Yeah, he's dope. He's definitely dope. And then you got guys that are not
get down too, yeah.
And they don't necessarily got to be from California because he's locked up right now, so he wouldn't be able to do anything. But guys like Babyface Wood is dope. From he represents the North. He's pretty good. Louis Loco's good. Falmetto, no doubt. Little Toro is good, but not good enough, right? Because about he might do a whole song about aliens. And it's crazy. Shadow, aka Shad Vicious. Come on, gun. I mean, there's so many good ones. Falmetto, and from the South, there's so many good ones.
Look, my whole thing was like I was telling Gunner. We have a few subscribers. We have a platform, and I think it would be a great thing if there could be a banging on wax. Hopefully, it wouldn't be a bunch of dudes disrespecting. It would be your opportunity to show that you're the hardest from Southern California on the southern side, and you're better than the North, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And it's friendly, and everybody gets a bag, and I believe it would open up doors.
I believe so too. And it's not like they have to be in the same room, the same booth, the same anything.
Exactly.
But just being on the same album, man, you have to be able to cross some type of threshold to get shit cracking. There's so much money being left on the table. Juice from the Bay just gave Shadow and Woody their flowers in an interview. I seen that, man. I seen that, Falmetto. He was talking about he used to fuck with them when they were like 15, 16 years old, little youngsters pulling up in the Green Regal. Jerome, what's up? Great idea. It is a great idea, man. And we actually ran it past a high-ranking executive in the music industry less than an hour ago. And he was like, man, that's a great idea. But it's something that you would have to put in the hands of the people who are willing to make that happen, Mikey boy, I heard Swifty got one coming. I don't know what. A song. I don't know. Swifty's dope, man. Swifty's music is dope. Swifty's music is dope. You could even throw a couple chicks on there. You could throw Pinky Rose or Jenny 6ix9ine, and you could throw on there Gata Más Firme, right? You can get it cracking. I would pick Conejo and Gotos if they were younger, but for newer guys, I'm not sure. It's just Thunderbird. And I respect both those individuals tremendously.
With Conejo, he's been getting away from the whole gangster rap thing, anyways, and doing more rock rap, and I can figure it. I mean, there's less drama.
Mm-hmm.
It puts you in a different mindset when you're just doing your own thing and making music rather than doing the whole banging on wax stuff.
Homie the Clown says, I don't think so. Homie don't play that, is it? Hey, what's up, little bit? Shout out to Chi-Town, man.
Whoa.
Stranger says, I got the hottest list up. Sad Boy Loco, Westmont Scheme, Swifty, Hazard, and Lefty.
I don't know about the lefty thing though.
Bro, you think Lefty's better than Drummer Boy?
Or Baldacci?
Or Bozo the Clown? Like, and I'm not talking about Bozo. I'm talking about Bozo the Clown, the real one, the clown. Lefty's a personality.
Hey, look, and I'm gonna say this. I don't know Bozo's music, but the reason why I would me personally, you know, fuck all the shit he talks and all that. I don't give a fuck about all that.
Yeah.
The reason why I would leave him off the list is he's too old. Because I'm talking about artists right now that are young and could turn it into something that'll last them 5 or 10 years. You know what I mean? And be relatable. Now somebody could say, well, Baldacci, he's older too, but
he's still relevant in the game. Like,
and he represents a humongous faction, a section of LA, and he raps fire.
Yeah, he's still making moves. Ricky Too Smooth and Burner got something in the kitchen right now. They got the birds in the kitchen with their palms itching. Freddie, Ricky Too Smooth goes, man. Burner definitely goes, you know. But when I think Burner, I don't think, even though I know he's from Northern California, I've moved around that circle. I could say this with Burner, he's definitely got a whole different lane, bro. His lane is different, you know. So with him getting on that, I think that would fuck up what he's got going on.
I never heard of him, James Moe. Welder Gabe, I've done several of those videos and nobody watches them.
Palmetto says, Gun, one of the requirements is you have to have at least half a mustache.
Oh, yeah, he's out, and he's got a fourth.
Hey, gracias, Lakers Mafia. We appreciate that, man.
Thank you, homie. I appreciate that.
Conejo's doing big things, says Hustle Mac. He was in Jason Statham's new movie. That's right. That's right. He reminds me of Burner, man. He's creating his own position in life and playing it well, you know? And that's what you have to do. You have to go think outside the box. If you confine yourself to the box, you're going to get what's in there and nothing outside of it. When you think outside of it, the world's big, homie. Yeah. The Seaweed Brocha gang. The Sipaktali. Kamaya was their new attempt at a banging on wax, had blood and crisp, but it was all about repping their side without dissing the enemy. They said, fuck, Devour instead of Lefty. My bad. Definitely Devour. Devour goes.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard of him.
They said Burner just supports the homeboys. He's a real one. Yeah, Burner's definitely real, man. And I like Burner's music personally. Some people are not into it because his slow rap, but I think Burner's dope, man. He's a hustle rapper. Yeah.
What's up, D Kane? How you doing?
What's up, D? James says y'all need to check up Stomper from High Power Soldiers. That's who put Bozo on the map. Isn't Stomper dead, man? Rest in peace.
What's up, Big Rob?
Big Rob, Ruta 5. He says they east up. We got 300 in the building, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much, man. Like, it's sometimes, you know, like one of the homeboys gave a suggestion, man, and we hear when people give good suggestions, and he's a big supporter, and he mentioned how, and we kind of got away from it where we wanted to do more topics and just discussions rather than just music all the time every day and the same old bullshit, you know. So this weekend is my birthday weekend, so make sure you guys pull up. We're gonna be celebrating Friday and Saturday night because, you know what I'm saying, I've been doing this shit for too long, so we got to have 2 birthday celebrations. So we're gonna do it Friday and Saturday night, and let's get it, man. This weekend, show up, man. I'm gonna outdrink everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna outdrink everybody. I'm gonna try though. Did you see Timberland sign the first AI artist? Yeah, I seen it. Her name's I think what is her name? Some chick. Come on, I have to double check. I don't remember. What's up, 818? Yusef was good. In no particular order: Misfit, Weirdo, Westmont, Swifty, Baldacci, BFD, GB, Rico, Iggs, and Acito. Definitely. You forgot bands, bro. I'm gonna put bands on there too. D. Marie says, please, you guys don't appreciate shit. What happened? Don't appreciate shit. What are you talking about, D? Are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else?
Yusuf. The real Conejo rapper is from Harpies, and he got caught in Baja California. Now I see a new rapper store's name. Nah, that's Conejo's still around. Thank you, Lakers.
What's up, Joe? Mikey boy. Okay, no Acito bands. Acito's locked up, isn't he? or is it Young Yigs? One of those. You know, it's just conversation, man. It's something that, you know, I think could open doors for more interaction. I think it's about that time. It's 2025, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? We're on the brink of destruction around this motherfucker, man. Can we at least, before everyone dies, get a fucking north and south to fucking do something together?
Yeah. Wow. There's a bag there. There's a big bag there.
Man, a giant bag. Imagine something that could start out like that and then some interaction and a tour or something like that. It could change the game. Hip Hop Nation, I swear I heard him. What's up, Gute?
What's up, Gute?
Yeah, they'll get a fucking fat check.
Well, not only that, Holmes, it would open up the doors and maybe they'd be able to get on some tracks together. You still don't have to be in the same studio. You send 16 to this guy or he sends 16 to you. You know what I mean? And if, man, Holmes, a tour, I mean, that's how business gets taken care of, man. People are, you know, it's like, and I'm not going to get into the specifics, right? But when you're on the streets, right, you're gangbanging, you're representing your barrio, your neighborhood, whatever, right? And that's what you do. And then you get to the joint and there's a whole bigger thing, right? Mm-hmm. These bottles are still trying to gangbang in the music industry and they're forgetting there's a bigger thing with bigger money, more money, bigger opportunities.
Yeah.
It's come on, home. Small minds think small thoughts. We got to think better.
We got to think bigger and better, man. You see what happens when people come together, man. Shit gets cracking. Burt McGirt is good, man.
Oxnard does have a lot of rappers.
Nah, it hasn't been 6 years since Unity fight. I think about four years since the fight, Ezekiel. About 4 years. It happened in 2021, June of 2021. So it's coming on.
I remember I got the call the day before. Hey, come through. And I was in San Diego.
Yeah, we were like I said, all my whole job in that whole thing was just to promote it on my channel and then show up, you know, in which I did both of those. The other guys behind the scenes, shout out Big Joe, Big Paul, man, Rojo, he was involved. Their whole thing was to organize it and make it happen. And they did that, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone did their part, everyone played their part. And yeah, there was content creators that pulled up, stories written by Current Prisoner pulled up, Tony from Radio pulled up, a couple other guys.
Look at Sipakni said, hey, when are these Chicano rappers gonna do live? These vatos are soft. What the fuck?
Hey, Sancal, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, bro. He says the Bus family bought the Lakers 67.5 million, sold it today for 10 billion. They did that. I ain't mad at him. 10 billion. Pancho, that's the homie, man. I don't know what would have happened.
I wonder how much of it's cash, though.
Yeah, it could be stock or crypto or anything.
Stock, it could be percentage. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways, man.
But but look at it this way, Dubs. Even investing 67 and turning it into $1 billion, you know what I mean? Is nice. 10, even if you get half of that, 5. Woo. Use the mics for the SS, but decline the fillers. Let me see. B-ball fanatic was good with it in the hood with it. Go back.
Who can do more push-ups? I'm probably Gunner. He's younger than me.
Go back on all the positive comments I left on Dubs and Guns. No acknowledgement till I got mad, shaking my head. So, D, I never acknowledged you ever? Is what you're saying? Wow.
Playmaker said he's going to outdrink Gunner on his birthday.
What Playmaker say?
He's going to outdrink you on your birthday. That vato never fucking, he sips apple juice, Holmes.
And this is what we're going to do on my birthday, man. We're going to bring a few cats on once I got a good buzz. You know, I don't give a fuck, right?
Oh, you can bring him on. Shit.
Yeah. Hey, where you at, Playmaker? I showed up for your birthday. Show up for mine, man, and bring you a bottle of Crown, brother, so we can get our sip on. Because I'm going to at least have an 18-pack and a bottle of Centenario, and one never knows, some cheladas. I'm gonna do it big. It's my birthday. It's my party, and I can fucking die if I want to. Okay.
Rise, hey, Holmes, Rise is Mexican. Hey, why are people saying he's Asian?
Oh, Rise.
Yeah.
Guns, what do you want to drink in your birthday? I'm gonna drink. I'm just gonna give me an 18-pack of Coronas, bro, or maybe Modelo. I'm not sure which one yet. And just do my thing. Thank you, D. I appreciate that. I was thrown off a little bit, man. And and this is my boy Dubs right here. And just so you know, he is spoken for. So
Yeah,
he does have.
I've said hi to D before. It's just
Yeah. We're not trying to get in the middle of what he's got going on with a woman and his thing. Lolly says guns. I'm buying, bro. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Just give me that little bottle and an 18 pack, and I'm good with it in the hood with it for 2 days straight.
Yeah. Hey, where'd he go? Hey, James. Yeah, that is kind of racist, food.
Checking it from San Diego. I want to thank you guys for your truthful views and positive energy. I enjoy listening to you both. Keep pushing the videos. Much love to you both. God bless. Thank you, David. Lakers says, I'll buy you a King Cobra for your birthday, guns. Una pinche King Cobra. The snake oil. That shit right there give me fucking. I don't like. Is that a malt liquor, Dubs?
What?
King Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
I remember
gun. You're drinking a Shirley Temple. Knock it off. I used to, bro.
We used to get cases of those, the 38 ounces.
Hey, Rob, I used to go. So here's the thing. I used to go to the club all the time, and I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got diabetes. I like sweet drinks and sweet everything, right? And so I used to get Shirley Temples for reals, right? And I knew all the bartenders. They would never say nothing. Just hook it up, put a whole bunch of cherries, do all that. And one day I was all faded, and I got home and I called Dubs. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm smashing those Shirley Temples." He was like, "Hey, bro, Shirley Temples are for chicks. It's Roy Rogers for the guys."
Yes.
I never knew.
Yes, and the guy wants to order it, it's a Roy Rogers. A girl orders it, it's a Shirley Temple. All right, thank you, D. Marie.
Rise. Yeah, I never knew. Shit, bro, I just been that motherfucker like whatever got the cherries in it. You know what I mean? Gun, I'll get you a 6-pack of Rolling Rock. I never drank it. Is it good, Emilio? I just drink whiskey, tequila, and the occasional jungle juice, says Mr. Vex. 300 in the building, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all the support, man. It really helps the channels.
I want to see Gunner drink that space dust.
Nah, that should make me throw up. That's just nasty, bro.
That shit is fucked up.
Hey, I drank one of those and almost threw up in the pool. Me and all the homies were all chilling and doing our thing and fucking everyone swimming, having a good time. And one of the homeboys, he had a case and he was like, "Hey, you want a space dust?" I said, "What is that?" He's like, "Just try it, bro." And I was like, and it was like, "Hey, Lolly, thank you. Thank you so much, man." All right. Thank you. I'm going to definitely use that, man. And so I'm looking, Dubs, and I'm like, all right, space dust. I cracked that motherfucker. I took a big ass drink and almost threw up in the pool. I threw that motherfucking beer.
No, somebody bought me that shit. Somebody bought me that shit at a bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why you drink? All right. And I drank the whole thing. I was already faded. I drank the whole thing. Homie, I threw up projectile vomit, Holmes. I threw up like The Exorcist, Holmes. That shit went straight forward.
Yeah, that shit's nasty.
Crazy.
That's like dudes that drink IPAs like that are like dudes that are like willing to go bear hunting and shit.
What the fuck is Goldschlager?
That's a drink. I've tried it before. It's like a sweet like a what is it?
Look, I'll tell you, in the 80s in my neighborhood, the main beer we used to drink was that Miller Genuine Draft. That shit fucks you up. That or we go get 40s Old English. But the main beer, like we're gonna buy cases, was Miller Genuine Draft. What's
up, Super Lalo? In my neighborhood, the two go-tos were Schlitz, the Blue Bull, the silver cans for 98 cents.
That's disgusting.
And if we wanted to drink liquor, we drank Parmesan. Yeah, Paul Mason. That's crazy.
I think everybody knew the panty dropper though was fucking Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill, baby.
The Boone's Farm would get them.
Especially you go partying with some hyenas and they're like, hey, get that Strawberry Hill. You're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm bonus. Yeah, you didn't.
Stay less.
Hey, and then the chicks and then the chicks so do I still get to be a homie? Of course, D, of course. And I remember the chicks, then they upgraded and they wanted Alizé. A few years later. You were gone. You were gone during the Alizé era.
You guys got to remember from 89. I mean, parts of 89 I was out, but from 89 to 2017, I only had 5 months out.
Yeah.
So I missed the whole Alizé thing.
Bobby the Butcher. Where's Today Super? I dropped it already.
When I paroled on In 93, I remember people drinking that Cisco A-holes. That shit smelled like chemicals to me. I never tried it. I said, man, that shit don't even smell right.
Hey, Bobby the Butcher, been waiting all day. You must have not got the notification. I dropped it today at, I don't know what time, guys, 11 o'clock, part
Zane,
2.
Zane called me and said, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm good. I was just, relaxing. Why, what's up? He goes, well, you didn't drop anything today, so I wanted to check up on you. I said, I dropped shit. I dropped 2 videos and I went live.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's YouTube playing games.
By the way, how many people we got in here?
We have 315. So,
By the way, so I'm gonna try to start putting stuff on Rumble. If 818 or somebody can put my Rumble link up, I'm gonna start doing stuff over there too. For those of you that wanted to see my video where I roasted the guys that were trolling me, I couldn't put it up on YouTube, so I put it over there. So if you want to see it, it's there.
Oh, my bad, Bobby the Butcher. You guys are going to get that tomorrow, man. I got sidetracked making tacos today. So I did put up the part 2 about my ex, and I got a part 3 coming tomorrow. I know everyone's waiting. I got some bangers coming tomorrow. Dubs gave me a good idea earlier. And so I'm going to go in hardcore in the paint on the big channel, and then,
Joe Blunt. So we're seeing 4 channels chat. But if you look on your screen right below my picture, do you see a chat right there? It's small. That's all 4 chats. That's everybody. What you're looking at, where you're at, is only the people where you're. And I don't know what channel you're on, but I can tell you right now, on the Dub S channel, I only have 22 people, and on the Dubs channel, I have 132.
Yep. Follow the homeboy on Rumble, man. You guys can get all the exclusive backstage videos that he can't drop on YouTube. What's up, Takelini? What time am I going to drop the video tomorrow? I never give that up, man. It happens when it happens, but it definitely will be happening tomorrow. You'll get a part 3 as well as another super. I'm gonna double up tomorrow. And damn, what's up, Blue Chew?
We don't have pedo with anybody.
Yeah, I ain't got beef with that guy. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, this is YouTube. We don't have. Even the people that talk shit about us, for the most part, all of them, for the most part, there's one I really can't stand, and that's because he talked about Gunner's daughter. So there's 2 of them that talked about Gunner's daughter. So 3. No, there's 3 now.
There's all kinds of them. They all like to talk about kids. They're weird.
Huh.
What do you guys do for members only? Well, we got to get back to it. I used to do lives for members only, and I'm going to get back to that, D. Marie. Maybe sometimes in the middays. Kicking it with the gun live on members only.
Hey, Rob. Rob says, I'm on the can't spell West without the ES channel. Well, you're on the West Coast, big dog, in the Western Hemisphere. You're a West Sider. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Anastasio? What's up with Copa Raider eating a blunt? That about to eat a blunt? Well, I've seen Woods eat coffee, so I guess Mexicans eat blunts. You know what I mean? Any more scary stories? I watch your older videos again. I got a couple in the bank. I got a couple in the cuts, man. It just really depends.
Wait. Look at. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, but just listen to this, Big Rob. The West. Whoa.
And listen to this one.
Gracias for the dia. Hola,
That's for the Lali.
I almost hit Bozo's diss, that song.
He ate a blunt to get his job on No Jumper. What?
And yeah.
Okay. What Vatos would do to hang around a cuckold. Noah C says, much love. What's up, bro? You getting ready to watch the Super Duper? People are liking it, man. And it's just my real life story as far as my interaction with that one chick. But it's going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's going to come to a climax.
Big Rob might be smoking weed and drinking beer and liquor right now. The way he's from the East looking for a feast. What?
Blue Chew. No, one of the guys is doing 15 years. The other guy is working, doing his thing in life. What would it take to get somebody cam reactions from you guys? You just got to hit the right buzz and you'd be on a roll with them laughing.
So I've done not body cam, but like, I guess they were body cam. I'll take that back. And nobody watched them, big dog. And see, like, we'll try different things to see if anybody catches on. And when they don't, we got to move on.
Yeah. It's, we have a business here that we're trying to
grab another beer.
Okay. Yo, encourage me to be on my 3rd baby mama. I'm not trying to encourage no one to be on anything, but I will say you're still playing catch it, bro, because I got 4 of them. This guy was having a good time. We have a good time. Escapade. I was getting my escapade on. I was escapading in an Escalade at one point. It wasn't mine. It was the homies. Hey, have you ever listened to that song Scrubs? There was a point in my life when I listened to it and I realized I was a scrub. There was one time. The bedtime stories are so disrespectful, but so funny at the same time. And that's what I meant them to be, D. It's all fun. I'm not trying to disrespect no woman, but at the same time, you know, I got to make the stories fun, you know, and that's what keeps the people there. It's all good till the wages get garnished. Hey, shit, a couple of them owe me child support. How about that? I'm a good dad. La Pedorra, what's up? I heard that, but if you find them and you're going to save those videos, the car chases through LA are getting pretty wild. They capture them from police choppers. Remember the counter song to Scrub, Pigeon Head? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Guns was a scrub, lightweight. I just went, hey, one time, we were cruising. The homeboy, we were in his Escalade. He's a young homie, too. He's only like 18, you know what I mean? Already in the Escalade, married, big ass house. Here I was, like 30 years old, straight scrub, right? And we're chilling, and he starts, and that song comes on the radio, and he turns it up, and he's looking at me when he turns it up, and I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? And I start listening. He goes, listen to the lyrics, and I started listening to it. I ain't gonna lie, I jumped out that car and said, I gotta get a job, man. This is some bullshit right here.
Hey, Sipakli, shout out to that guy, Holmes, but he needs to find a arm workout ASAP.
Is that about the big old P on his thing?
I don't know. That Blanc was his name. Remember when he was my boy, his arms are like that big.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's inside out, man. Are there Asian hoods that represent 13 or 14? Not that I know of, man. Not Asian hoods. They used to represent 15. I remember the Asians would get 5 dots. You ever seen that, Dubs? The Asians with 5 dots?
I don't remember.
They used to represent, yeah, they did.
I just remember, for those of you that are new to the channel, let me tell you guys. I was in YA one time, California Youth Authority, right? And we went to chow. We came back, and I had really, really bad gas. And we're in the dorm in YA. And my neighbor, the guy that slept on the bunk next to me, was an Asian dude, right? He could barely speak English. He could, but it was crazy, right? And I was throwing fucking nasty ass pedos, and he was getting mad. He was calling me by my first name. He goes, John, man, why you fought for, man? What you fought for, John, man?
Hey, Asians are cool. Hey, they're cool people. And yeah, you're right, Kamai. The Filipino gang. There is a gang. Santana, right? Or is it the Filipino gang that are Southsiders? There is one, an Asian gang. Yeah.
I think a lot of them, those are like Satanas.
Satanas, that's what it is. Satanas. The reason they'd get the 5 dots is for the O, for Oriental. So they were getting 5 dots, and like YA, I remember it. I don't know if that was just a trip they were on at that point in time to do their own thing, or that really was something.
Oh, you guys like the fart stories, huh? Let me tell you another one. When I was in prison, before I got out, not long before, probably like a year and a half. Yeah, like a year and a half, 2 years before I got out. This chick was visiting me, right? And she got up and she was like, oh, let me go get you some food from the vending machine, right? And I was like, all right. And when you go to visiting, they always know what you want, Holmes. It's not a fucking mystery. Yeah. It's not like there's 1,000 motherfucking things in that damn vending machine.
You want the same shit all the time.
Yeah. Well, she knew what the fuck I wanted, Holmes. And she goes and she comes right back and she goes, what did you want? And I was like, the same thing I was getting. And she was like, all right. And she took off, right? And I was like,
oh no.
I was like, somebody farted? And then she came back, right? And she was like, ask me some other stupid question, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she took off and I was like, And then she came back. And I put it together, right? I was like, man, this chick keeps asking me where she's out of character right now. She sat down, right? And I looked at her and I said, hey, did you fucking fart right now? And she, no, check this out. Palabra on everything. I go, did you fucking fart right now? And she goes, no. I go, well, did you take a shit? Like, what is that?
Hey, you put her on blast, huh? Hey, Dubs is a cold motherfucker to do that. Huh?
Holmes, hey, she fucking come on. She's going back and forth. It was it was like somebody, like something that died somehow climbed up in something else's ass and died in there. Like they died together. Homie, it was. And then like 10 minutes later, she's like, hey. And I go, what? She goes, yes. And I said, yeah, what? She goes, I did fart. I said, no, I think you shit. I think you shit.
Yeah, you should go. You should immediately run to the bathroom right now.
Oil check.
Hey,
I was like, everybody has to know it's you. Now they're like, what is he fucking with?
So she fucked up your whole visiting experience, and your Snickers bar was melted when it came back.
Homie, I laughed at her. I thought that was crazy, homie. I was like, for reals? You better go take a shit. Because I always tell people, you know how when you live in a cell for,
Mm-hmm.
like I should tell my Sally's, look, Holmes,
take a shit.
I'm not one of these tyrants, where like, if you got to fart, you don't got to go flush it, fart. But if it stinks, take a shit, Holmes. That means you got to take a shit. When she farted like that, Holmes, that she must have been constipated for a good 7 or 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like nothing must have came out. And it hit me like, shout out to her.
Shout out to wherever she's at right now. She's on YouTube right now, and her shit stink. I'm telling you guys right now. Sometimes, like old tweakers or motherfucking dope fiends. Every once in a while you'll see them and they'll be like, "Damn, I smell dope," or like they get that smell. It used to be like that with coke with me. I'd be like, "Man, I feel like the drain," and that's like I didn't even do it right. That's just how it is. If you've been in the game like that, right? What about every once in a while, I'll be walking by in my house and I'll smell it, and it reminds me of the homeboy Shadow from Sakura. Like I still can't get over how bad his shit smelled. That dude would shit, and the mix of Tracy Prison moisture and it was all bad. I told you, in my mind all night I would think about how am I going to get him to roll it up? How am I going to get him to roll it up? Like it was that bad, bro. It was to the point where I was thinking about rolling it up. I was like, fuck.
See, it's different for you guys. For a Southern, I would have been like, hey, Holmes, we got to send this vato on the holiday. He got to go to the shoe because he can't be like this, Holmes. He got to learn.
I told you, I finally got rid of him. He was like, but what are the homies going to say? I was like, fuck the homies. Just do what you got to do, bro. If you come back, it's going to be all bad. He was like, what do you mean? Like between us? He was a big boy too, but like between us, I said, no, we're good. Bro, just go, homie. I used to love when they'd say, hey, because he smelled just on the natural, just the body odor. So I was like, damn, I tell him, hey, bro, you bird bathed yet? He's like, twice. I was like, that's it? Like, he's like, we haven't even worked out yet. Nah, hey, bro, I just got a wheeler that says you can't work out. Fuck that.
Hey, what about, I was in the oil, and this was back when they used to have the llavero system, and I was on the dude's mesa in the oil, right?
Yeah.
Well, back then, this is New Folsom, homie. Back then, there was, the canteen list was 7 items, Holmes. It was like a dictionary, a thesaurus, a washcloth, postcards, writing paper, like no food, no cosmetics, Holmes. So vatos were getting tooth powder and putting it on their armpits, Holmes. And so you be at yard and you be talking about, yeah, Holmes, this and that, and the vato go to lean on the wall, and literally you hear because it's fucking the tooth powder right here, right? But
yeah,
the llavero, Holmes, no, like his breath smelled like he gave a turd head. It was horrible. It should be like, fuck, I hope this vato's not gonna call a junta, because he'll be like, hey, Holmes, look, you get all close, hey, Holmes, look, this vato, and I'll be like, oh, fuck that vato, like, let's kill him, because your breath stinks, fool.
yeah, you don't want to tell me. I'll be the one to go, so I'm far away from you.
Yeah, just kill him, homie. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, people don't understand, man. When you run into a motherfucker that's hygiene ain't up to par.
No, fool.
There
was no hygiene there. There was no food and no hygiene in the oil. None whatsoever.
Man, that right there, that's fucked. That's inhumane.
Well, they wound up getting it later. They got it, but
Look at La Peorra says, you're right. Women hold it in. The minute they're alone, they're letting it go. Imagine that BBL just goes when it goes.
Hey, you ever see that commercial? You ever see that commercial where that dude he's picking up his date, and he picks her up at her pad, and he sits her in the car, and he goes around the car to get in, and when he walks, she lets a big old pedo out, and then you hear somebody in the back go, and there's another couple in the back seat, and she didn't know.
Imagine getting whacked because your breath stank. I seen someone get whacked because he didn't take a shower. True stories. Gomez, what's up though, man? Yeah, it's a cold situation, man. I've been around some motherfuckers like made me wonder, like, bro, what happened to you? They're like, hey, bro, no, I brushed my teeth. I'm like, brush your face, bro. Just like just scrub.
Fucking, it's in your throat, maybe. Then fuck, fix it.
Thank you so much, D. Maria. I appreciate that. We starting the birthday off early, but we definitely gonna be partying Friday and Saturday. We'll be bumping good music. I will be taking all requests. Myself and Duz, we're gonna get faded, you know. So look, I'm already volunteering. The homie, he didn't say he was going to, but you shit.
Ooh,
we're gonna party. Get faded. We're gonna get faded. Dubs makes a michelada mix. Crazy. He showed me a picture, the one from the store compared to his.
Yeah.
And his looks like fucking a salsa. Like it looks like bomb.
I actually recorded making it today, but because I didn't make a michelada, I just made the mix. I didn't put it out.
Let me see. What do we got going on? We got 330 in here, man. We appreciate you guys.
Luis. Yeah, Cheeks got the bomba.
No, Emilio, hey, to be totally honest with you, discúlpame, he didn't smell like that, bro. We were in the oil, and well, actually, we were like waiting for we were at the overflow, right? So we weren't in the oil, but we're waiting to get back into the linea, you know, because we had just pulled up. He didn't smell like that, bro. There was times when he was sweaty, and I would tell him, hey, he'd be like, discúlpame, homie, discúlpame, right? But he didn't. No, I had prior to that, before he came, I had a fucking celly. He was a big old fat homie, and man, this dude stunk so bad. I was at the door just barely trying to breathe out the door, right? It was bad. He knew he was bad. I knew he was bad. We talked about it. I was like, bro, it's just bad. He was like, I know. He's a big fat dude. He was like, there's nothing I could do. I smell like this, like even when I have deodorant. I was like, what? And our bag, this is the cool part, Dubs, our bags of property were right in front of our doors. And I could see the deodorant right there. And I was like, God, please. And finally a cop came by and he opened the thing to give us our food. And he goes, what the fuck? He smelled it. That's how bad it smelled in there. I said, man, please, man, for the love of God, right? Just give us that deodorant. You could take it out of the thing. So he went like this, broke a piece off, right? A chunk. So I ain't even gonna lie. I grabbed it and I just went one time because he needs this. And the fucking deodorant melted into his underarm. He had to go like this and put it on the other side to get some. That's how fucking hot his underarms were. His shit stunk. I helped for a good 15, 20 minutes, but then he started getting funky again.
Well, you know what? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't think she works anymore. There was a female CEO that worked in that oil. We didn't, like I said, we didn't have shit. But I used to tell her, she used to be on the jock, right? And I used to tell her, hey, the homie, and I would give him the cell number and the name and everything, right? And I would say, go to his property and get all his tobacco and all his cosmetics and bring it to me. And she would get it.
Oh, yeah, you were good then.
But then there was a specific group. I'm not going to say which one. We don't do that here. They told on us. They used to front her off on the tier. Oh, hey, bring me my deodorant, bring me this and that. Oh, I got to be a Southsider to get it on. And we're like, what?
Damn.
Like that?
Yeah, hey. It's unfortunate, man. Some of the things that you'll see in prison, you know, you see these movies and you think that everybody's just super hardcore, but I'll be totally honest with you. I've seen more talent on the GP side than any other side in my life. And I'm just being honest.
Well, no,
you know, I'm not going to say which group and why, what group and all that, but I'm just going to say it's the truth that I've seen, my experience. The real Joe Angel. Yeah. I remember one time though, when I was in Nellis, man, I went to the oil and I got off with some dude from Lompoc and Joker from Lompoc, right? Boom, 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 boom. We fought. And because he spit in our pancakes in the child first day pulling up the next morning. And so anyways, they sent me to the hole for 17 days. That was the longest I ever did in that oil too, because man, we battery packed people and got less time. They got used to us. But when they shipped me back, man, I was thinking so bad because I didn't have deodorant. And man, I didn't know what everyone in the compa was like, damn, man. I was like, can I take a shower? Fuck. You know, it was bad. There's been times when you go to the hole and you don't realize it until you get out of that motherfucker, what's really going on. We had a lame day in Preston. Whites beat their own on Tuesday if they weren't riding. Is that right, Joe Angel? I don't remember that. That must have been way before my time. And when I was in Preston, the woods stuck together because there wasn't very many of them. And they rode with the Southsiders. So
Yeah, usually up north,
Mhm.
and especially the older dudes. That's when you had most of all the dudes that were good. Because like in the younger ones, Nellis and Paso, I can only speak for Paso.
Mhm.
There were very few white dudes that were like riding, and they were down as a motherfucker. But a
Down.
lot of them, the ones that were down were down. It was, and no lie, every one of them swung the slowest possible. But when the punch landed, I think,
It
watch you.
knock
Yeah,
fools out.
just see you tomorrow.
Yeah, hey, there was like in Nellis, man, the wood car was probably non-existent.
Let me see.
That I can remember.
Hold on. Watch this.
Two.
Hold on. Don't say nothing.
Hey, look what A1A said. Gunner never did red on red. He just got off on one of his homies.
Yeah. Hey, look. Somebody asked, "What's the best thing you guys ate in there?" I'm talking about YA and YA. What is it, Gunner? I wrote it down.
SOS.
What did I write down? SOS.
Mhm. SOS by far, and YA was better than prison. You'll never eat SOS like the one in YA. There's no comparison. You can make it all the time. I mean, you can make some good shit out here, but there's a certain taste that it had. That it's
the one in Paso. Hey, the one in Paso, YTS couldn't fuck with it. The one in Paso was so fucking good, Holmes.
I remember that 818. Me and Dubs were laughing at that. I was like, I'm trying to make it make sense, but I can't.
SOS stands for shit on a shingle, but it's basically biscuits and gravy. But in Paso, there weren't biscuits. They would put 2 slices of toast down on your tray, and then they'll put scalloped potatoes, and they would put a big ass ladle of gravy with hamburger meat in it.
Oh my god, that's what set it off to me is the hamburger meat. See, in Nellis, they'd give you like 2 pieces of toast with butter on it, everything. Then like a scoop, like almost like an ice cream scoop, but a big scoop of papas. The potatoes, and they were like they still had form, but they were a little mushy. It was like a big scoop. Then they put that big ass ladle of gravy on it, and look, here's the trick. Dubs will tell you: you take your fucking chili packet from the sopa
and Louisiana hot sauce,
and you sprinkle that, and you hit it with that Louisiana, and game over. SOS YA style, not prison style. Prison style didn't have shit on YA when it came to that. That, and I'd say the cinnamon roll and Tracy was probably one of the things that's known for.
See, I'm not a fan of sweets, especially early in the morning.
Yeah, Tracy, they was about this big.
You know what? New Folsom had a good Grand Slam, and you know what was a trip about New Folsom? When they would let us go to the chow hall, when it was self feeding, you would go through, and they would ask you, and right when you hit the first, right when you get to where you can see them, right? Because over there, it's not a hole in the wall. You can see who's serving you, right?
Yeah.
They'll ask you hard or soft, meaning you want your egg runny or you want the hard yolk on your fried, and it was fried eggs or the runny eggs.
Hard or soft? I like runny eggs.
Me too.
The runny eggs are way better, man.
They give us a sausage patty, the hash browns, everything, man. You make a bomb ass sandwich with some mustard and jelly. Whoa.
I'm telling you, man, you got motherfucker. Look. But that cinnamon roll, you take that cinnamon roll, right? It was a big ass cinnamon roll. Yes, Joe Angel knows. He knows. He's been there. And you put that oatmeal with a scoop of peanut butter on that motherfucker one time for your mind. Ooh, pour a little milk on it to mush it up. Or you could take the crumb cake, Dubs. You know the crumb cake, the coffee cake.
That was
coffee cake and put some milk on that motherfucker.
That's how I would eat it. Yeah, I would chop it up and then put the milk on it. It was good.
Fire.
Peanut butter on it.
Said those sausages are made out of pigeon meat. I don't know what they were made out of, but you try to get as many as you could because you were hungry. You know what I'm saying? That Grand Slam hit though. And Tracy, the Grand Slam, they were triangle hash browns. They were like some triangles.
Yeah.
They give you 2 triangles.
Call them tritator.
Yeah, they give you the triangles. You get the eggs, the grits on the side.
Check out what RH said, and this takes a turn. I remember in middle school, we had a big fat teacher that would shit and piss in the closet in a bucket. They fired her once everyone started to her.
Damn.
Oh, that bitch was tripping.
Damn, she was a J-Cat, she's the same bitch that was trying to tell you 2 + 2 = 6, huh? Kara, what's up?
Santa Barbara Juvenile Hall crumb cake was the shit. Man, I don't even remember. I don't remember it. What about in Santa Barbara Juvenile Hall? You go in the cells and there would be, you get those little squares of butter.
Yeah.
Everybody used to take the paper part off and just throw it on the roof.
Hella butter up there.
And then like in the summer, it get warm and they start falling off.
Damn.
I don't know why.
Yes, the coffee cake, man. No, coffee cake's bomb. Because that top, La pedorra is palabra. Any of you hear the best meals in the feds before they took the funding? I heard they used to get steak and shit. I don't know though. Dude, that could be a myth. But
YTS used to get steak.
did they?
They had a righteous butcher shop in there. But it was very rare that you get it. We used to still, so they had a staff dining hall. I worked, so Santa Barbara County, all of us would go to the main kitchen, right? They had a butcher shop. We had the bakery. I worked in the bakery. We're making homes. When the fucking steaks would come in, we would steal them. So the hood wouldn't get them.
Why would 559J be on a Bulldog show? Why not? If he's not active, bro. If the perros want to allow him, then it is what it is. Gun, this fool Taki thinks Dub doesn't know what a nail gun is because he caught his case before they were made.
Fool, I owned a fucking general maintenance business in 1993. This dude was fucking, that vato was a fucking itch in a nuts.
He's crazy. Hey, nail guns were made before Takis was born. There's always been nail guns for years and years. My uncles used to use them when I was a little kid. Fucking, they were roofers and carpenters and all that. They were in the union doing their thing. They all had nail gun. They had all the tools. I remember because I was a little kid. I got into it and I tried to shoot my primo with a nail gun.
Not only that, my dad is by trade a plumber as well as a carpenter. Like we had those tools in the house.
My boy AC is about to go get him a grand slam at Denny's. Sounds good right now, huh? I made tacos earlier. I got some carne left. I'm gonna smash a few more before I watch Breaking. What do you call it? Walking Dead.
Right? Hey, Empire David. So when you laid over and let me see. When you laid over in Chino, did they make you sleep in the hallways, in the cages? I've laid over in Chino a few times, San Quentin a few times, Tracy a few times, and Tracy was the worst because of the water. But Chino, I laid over in Donovan one time, and they made us sleep in R&R in the cages.
Lakers Mafia says, Dubs, is that SS Southside spread as good as they say?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never heard of a Southside spread or a Northside spread. I've heard of different types of spreads, but not.
Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah, they're sweet and sour. There's people that everyone puts different ingredients in it. You know,
Big Rob. That's facts, Big Rob.
Let me see. Tracy got brown cow shit smell water. That's a fact. That is a fact. It was dark water.
If you remember, when they would give you your lunches, when you get there, they gave you the big ass Kool-Aids because you had to mix them in the water. In order to drink that water, you had to mix it with Kool-Aid.
The Perro Chato spread, the Bulldog spread. I don't. There was no distinct spread for a certain gang or group. Everyone just ate whatever the fucking sold on commissary. Everybody had the same shit. You'd have some dudes though that like to add honey in their shit. You have some dudes that like to add tuna. They'd make like tuna, a seafood shit. You had some dudes that just like chilorio and the roast beef. And there's so many different things you can do. A lot of things that I like to do is I liked the food from the dinner, the chow. Like if we had hamburgers or chicken, I like to take the carne and mix it in my spread and flip it, make it like a meal. There was just a lot of different things, but there wasn't no specific, this is a Norteño or a Southsider spread and no one else can make this. It wasn't like that. Believe me, if that game was played, we'd have played it in YA.
What about this? I'm talking about prison food.
How'd you get so big on prison fucking food? First off, fuck the motherfucking food.
Yeah, I thought I had chicken. I thought I had the chicken on the bone one on here too.
That motherfucker. He's a.
What about this one? Hold on.
But they come back like 10 deep and they pull me out. They obviously want to see my butthole. It's fucking normal fucking protocol.
It's normal protocol to go look at Wes Watson's butthole, I guess. Hey, he says it with no shoulder shrug or mean mug. He says it like it's normal. They obviously wanted to see my butthole, right? I don't think so.
There was another one where he said they asked him, "Who are you?" because they didn't recognize his face, and he bent over and showed him his butthole, and they were like, "Oh, you're Wes Watson." Who the fuck?
They could tell by the broken spokes. Gunn was playing with his nose on most of his super stories. What do you mean? Nah. But I ain't gonna lie from Merced, bro. We were known for that. We had all the.
Hey, the real Joe Angel. I don't know if you know this. I don't know how many of you guys even know this. He's talking about the Kool-Aid packets that they used to give us, a steak Kool-Aid. If you open up a steak Kool-Aid and threw it in the toilet and you lit a toilet paper wick and you dropped it in the toilet, the water will turn on fire. The steak Kool-Aid lights on fire.
Yeah, that shit is different, man. That shit but I'm gonna give you guys the game right here. The best drink I ever drank.
Oh,
Kool-Aid. To
what
this
it is.
day.
You want me to write it down before you say it?
Look, write it down because Dubs knows what it is. This is the best drink, period, that you can get in the Youth Authority. And I used to get pouches and pouches of it on Canteen. It came in a white pouch. 100% facts. This shit was the shit.
And let me see
You
if you
got
say
it?
the same thing.
The Twisted Peach.
He's saying it wrong, but look at
Well, Peach Twist.
Keefy Peach Twist. You can't read
Beefy
it.
Peach Twist. The Peach Twist.
That shit's so bomb.
Ooh, that shit was fire. Man, I used to mix it with some of that. What's the orange one? Tang.
Oh,
I
yeah,
used to mix it with Tang. Trying to tell you guys, that's why I got diabetes, man. I used to find that. I used to buy several bags of that. I used to be like, I got the fucking the Peach Twist right here. You like the caddies? You like the Cadillacs? They were cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a coffee drinker.
Make all the time. The real Joe Angel. I worked in the kitchen in New Folsom. Gunner still has never made it. I used to get bread. I would butter it and I would put sugar on it and I would throw it in the oven and toast it. Sugar toast. Sugar toast is so fucking bomb.
Yeah,
Best
man.
Santa Barbara. For me, it's Cucas. And Big Rob's gonna say something else.
Mm-hmm.
So many options for quarterly packages in Canteen. Absolutely. That's what I used to live off of.
Yeah. Gun used to smack back all types of food on shorts. I did, man. I did, and I used to overdo it, man. But I'm a big eater, bro. I could eat a lot. Like the average person makes, orders 4 or 5 tacos. I gotta order like 10 minimum and 2 burritos. That's me. That's just how I eat. I'm a big eater, man. So and I overdo it sometimes, and that's why I'm in the position I'm in. Now I can't do that. Now I eat smaller meals. Wes Watson wasn't that big in prison. Not as big as you think.
Funny because of what he just said in the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Luis, the Peach Twist. Hey, what's up, John Jimenez? La Pedora says so many options for the quarterly packages and Canteen. I bet you there's way more options now than there was when we were locked up.
Oh shit, I'm surprised, Big Rob. You like Cucas? Everybody else says Cucas is nasty. The West Siders, we love Cucas. Everybody else says it's nasty, but he says Cucas on the West is the spot. I'm there at least twice a week. Hell yeah. Get the carnitas.
Let me say, Dubs, did you try the Taco Bell fried chicken? I did.
No.
I don't know if Dubs ever tried it. The motherfuckers were hard as a rock, but they were good.
See, look. Now Eastside says Cucas ain't it. I like it, fool. You know what I used to trip out on? Like on the West Side, they used to say the West Side stunk. I don't know if it's because we have the riverbed and the railroad tracks, but they used to say the West Side stunk. We never noticed. I never noticed it once.
Let me see. What's up, Joe? Says Jake Tapia. Shout out to the people in here. We got over 300 in the building, man. We appreciate you guys. The support, man, is real, and we appreciate it. Upstate, I cooked the fuck, but seeing dirtbags come in the first term vaults from the county jails making spreads. And he says they trip and get an order of carnitas and make tacos at the crib.
That's what I get, the carnitas.
Damn, both prices in black metal. That's a little too much. A 24-pound pulled pork sandwich. Damn, that dude right there is fucking.
Homie, there's this fat guy. I'm sorry I described him like that, but there's no other way I can. And he's lighting the loafers, right? And he always starts the videos on TikTok. He says mood, right? That vato will eat 30 cup of noodles in one sitting.
Fuck.
He's a.
Imagine being sold up with him. I'd be pissed.
Hey, that vato ate. I saw it earlier. I finally had to put not interested. I had to figure out how to put not interested on TikTok videos, right? He ate 2 of those bulldog or with those hot ass noodles.
Oh, the bulldogs. My daughter eats those shit. The bulldogs.
He ate 2 of those, right? And a big ass bowl of esquite and mixed the esquite with it and was just fucking it up.
Damn.
And he said that was the warm up because he was waiting for the Little Caesars to show up.
Damn, how about the fucking? He's putting in work, huh?
What the?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I eat, but not like that. 30 sopas. That's fucking. My limit on sopas is like 5, and probably not now. Back then, we serve bulldog sauce with our popcorn chicken. Says Kamai. My daughter, she fucks that shit up. She likes the bulldog noodles with the sauce. So now that's a mukbang, Dubs. You do food reviews. Says D Marie. Do some food reviews. Dubs is that dude who warmed up. Let me see. Yeah, he's that guy. Dubs, the proper term is a high calorie individual. How about this high calorie got the game, huh? It's ridiculous, man. That's overdoing it, man. I ain't even gonna lie though. My sister, one of her exes from way back in the days. One time, my sister told him because he was a big boy, right? And I remember my sister was going to work and we were kicking back, and we were gonna watch Monday Night Raw wrestling, right? And he was like, "Hey, as soon as your sister leaves, we're gonna go to McDonald's." I was like, "All right." And then before my sister left, she said, "Hey, don't be fucking eating crazy either. You get too big, I'm leaving your ass." She told him, right? He said, "No, I'm on a diet." He looked out the window. As soon as she was gone, he's like, "Let's go." Do you guys remember when McDonald's hamburgers Dubs were like 29 cents? They were like 29 cents. Then they had the cheeseburgers for 39 cents.
I remember they used to do it like every Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was Monday. They had the hamburgers were 29 cents, cheeseburgers were 39 cents. We pulled into that motherfucker, right? And they had this new thing. It was called a bucket of fries. Wasn't a large, it was supersize me era, right? It was a bucket of fries. This motherfucker said, "Let me get 2 buckets of fries and 30 cheeseburgers. What do you want?" I said, "Ain't no way. This motherfucker's doing too much," right? So I just got the little 2 Big Macs, some chicken nuggets, whatever. I literally watched this man in the first half of Monday Night Raw smash 30 cheeseburgers. I was like, damn, bro. I didn't think it was possible. He was one bite, boop, boop, just popping them. Just popping them like fucking X pills. Yeah, it was Tuesday and Wednesday, says Joshua. It was a trip. That fool just smacked him. I was like, oh, this is some crazy shit. Guns got his Western bacon and did it pushing. Hell yeah. They shrunk the top ramens. D says, "Gunner, stop aging the fuck out of us. I'm bringing you back to the old school, huh?" Hey, and he stashed the shit. He took the whole thing because it was a big old bag of McDonald's. Made sure that he went down the stairs because we were in the apartments to the dumpster, so that there was no evidence. And my sister came and she was like, "What'd you guys eat?" He's like, "We had a salad and shit." She was like, "Oh, I know my brother didn't eat a salad." I said, "Nah, I had McDonald's." Straight up.
Hey, look. Do you want to see him and hear him? Look at. You think I'm kidding? Look. Hold
Mood, you guys. Today we have McDonald's for lunch. Let's see what we got. Mood. I'm so hungry.
the fuck out of here, homie. That vato has 2 humongous bags.
Look, did he slide off a rainbow right into the fucking thing? Smooth, and he's on. The vato reminds me of my primo's old man. I'm gonna start riding the street. They shrink the beer. Ooh. Damn, those were 2 big old bags. I didn't even know they made McDonald's bags that big.
That fool had 2 of them. Now I gotta break the seal and grab a beer.
Nah, don't do me like that, Lakers. You said that fool looks like Gunner. Fuck no. Let me see. Mood, and he's gone. That motherfucker, his mood is hungry. Is that a mood? There's a video exposing fat influencers are dying. That's cold, man. What about the dude with the chicken wings that be fucking tapping the shit? And then he eats it. I seen that motherfucker pop a Coke with that pinky. I was like, damn, look at this motherfucker. He's different. That motherfucker can open anything with that little chicken wing. I don't know if you've ever seen him on TikTok. He's a trip. Some little dude. He's always eating. Type 2, Anthony. Right now. MCD Carl's Jr. in every fast food chain is ridiculously expensive. Crazy shit. La Pedora. It's expensive, man. I seen the tall boys in some store. They shrunk. It's fucked up. Did they? They shrunk 24 ounces? Nah, homeboy. Rocco's on State Street. Rocco's on State. Says B-Rock. Oh, they're talking Bruta in the building, man. Shout out to everyone in here, man. Are you guys ready for the parlay, though, this weekend? The birthday party? I don't really do too much on my birthday, man. I usually just kick it, try to stay out the way. Yo, Gun, you ever had an earache behind the walls? How do you deal with something like that? Fuck, yeah, I've had one, bro. You take a gang of fucking ibuprofen and shit like that is what I did at the time. There ain't really nothing you could do. Stick a fucking piece of cotton in your ear, take ibuprofen, and just live with it. That's right, D. Marie. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, in some stores, even the fans of beers are shrunk. Who is that? Says La Pedora. Who's what, girl? Oh, guys, I will send you a torta for your birthday, one that can do the splits. I know a few of those. I know one that when she does the split, she bounces and goes, ah, 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 ah. She's deaf, right? Which makes it better because she can't hear when I fart, but she can feel the vibration. You know, so it's all good. Plus, I never feel ashamed because she can't tell me what's that smell. She just looks at me and goes, and I just look at her and I go, yeah.
For
Devil
devil
Dog.
dog.
Did y'all see the Vice Channel show? I did not, bro. I'm gonna be 47, bro. 47, the big 47. She can enjoy the smell too. I don't mind. It's not like we could argue. You know what I mean? Have you ever argued with the deaf chick? No disrespect, but it sounds like this. Ah, and I just say, oops, right? You know, that's how it sounds.
Fuck.
And she gets all mad. She does with her arms, and she starts writing on the pad. Hella mad. She'll write, and I'll just take the paper and crumble it. I won't even read it. I'm a cold motherfucker. Get out of the way. I'm trying to watch Breaking Bad. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight the heck up, man. What do we got going on here?
Oh my God.
Because
You can read it later. These guys are coming in here with that propaganda, man. That's the second one I saw. I'm trying to stay away from it.
okay.
Not in the joint, Sipakli.
Ooh wee. I had an eardrum burst. It's so painful. Bro, I got a cousin that told me he was telling dementia patients at his old home he works at, they left the stove on. That's cold.
That's fucked up.
I actually worked with a dude that had dementia, man, and they hired him. And he was supposed to be like, in our industry, he was supposed to be the man. He came from another place. So I asked my boss at the time, I was like, hey, Eric, why, if he's the man, like he knows all the machines, he knows how to do, like he was like the big boss over there. Why is he here? Like, why isn't he still there? He was like, oh, it's just, yeah, you know how it gets political and shit in the office. And he's just over here. We're going to give him an opportunity here, man. But you're going to train him on, because there was one specific machine that was like a vacuum seal machine that I knew how to do real good. He's like, that's the only machine he doesn't know. Everything else, he's got it down. I tried to teach him. The first day he started shaking and tripping out. And I was like, oh shit. So I told the boss, hey, is he all right? He said, oh, yeah, motherfucker. I've known him for 30 years. He's a good dude. I said, man, you got to watch him. He wasn't listening. Finally, that motherfucker got on the fucking forklift and just rammed it straight into one of the fucking machines and just stood there shaking. And he was like, what the fuck is going on? He called that dude's wife and was like, and she was like, I forgot to tell you, he's in the early stages of dementia. Dubs, I was like, yeah, that fool used to come to work and just sit there and look at the fans and just shake. And I was like, damn. And so then one day he started staying like late. And I was the foreman. And I told him, hey, bro, you can go home. Like, we don't need you. We definitely don't need you. Right. And no, it wasn't Parkinson's. My Theo has Parkinson's. It was dementia, but he just shook, man. It was a trip. He was also an alcoholic. I didn't know that. Right. That's probably why he was shaking. He was withdrawing. Oh, wait, those are the bomb. The dill pickles.
Dill pickle fried garlics.
Yeah.
Didn't see my TikTok. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I told old boy, like, hey, you could jam. You know what I mean? You can get up out of here because it's you're staying too late. We don't need you. And so he was outside smoking a cigarette. So I went out there and lit one up with them. This was years ago, right? And then he wouldn't leave. And then I go, hey, are you good? And he would like come in and go out in his mind. You know, he'd be normal, then he wouldn't be. And then I seen him walk to his truck, sitting there for a minute. Then he came back. Then he walked. Then he came back. And then finally he told me, hey, can you start my truck for me? I forgot how to start it.
Oh.
I said, oh, hell no. Right? I shouldn't have let him drive it. I said, fuck, we got to get him up out of here. Started and he left. He didn't even know how to start his truck. Hey, here's the cool part. This is the cool situation, Dubs. They end up letting him go, right? They end up letting him go. He was straightening some parts and he just was bending the shit out of them. So they were finally like, hey, we got to let you go. His wife called screaming, you guys are fucked up, this and that. They were like, I remember my boss said, bitch, you don't work here. You know what I mean? Stop it. You don't know this is a dangerous situation. 2 weeks later, he did something to himself, and that was it.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I was just like, wow. But I seen it. I actually seen it in real life. It ain't no joke, man.
Mhm.
You know? And he was supposed to be the shit at the job. He got that dementia.
Robert said, in prison, what is the general consensus about Trump? I've been out 8 years. Gunner's been out longer than me, but I can tell you right now, the president of the United States don't mean nothing to people in prison. Two different worlds. Two different worlds.
Yeah, that's crazy, D. Yeah, I've said it in several videos, man. Dubs has said it.
Simply
Whatever's going on the outside does not affect the inside, man, whatsoever.
Mhm.
Whatever, it's like they're in their own world, man. They got to worry about what's in front of them, not what's going on around, what's going on around them right there, but not anything outside of the walls is outside of the walls. That's why for me, when I see these guys that are hard timing it with their old ladies out there and all that, like I never was with that program. My program was as soon as I got locked up, I told the chick, hey, do it pushing. I'm not going to be stressing on the phone, worrying about what you're doing. And I know there's some solid women, some prison wives that are solid and stay down. I didn't want all that, man. I didn't need all that. I didn't need the stress. That shit's stressful. I see motherfuckers crying on the phone. This feels like a black guy.
I seen dudes in prison kill themselves over a chick.
Yep.
So I don't know why they put themselves through that shit.
Who's that? That sounded like a black dude. She was like, I'm watching Boys in the Hood, but that don't fucking sound like Doughboy. Yeah. Listen for about 5 more minutes. It's gonna definitely sound like Doughboy.
Mr. Vex, not in California, Mr. Vex. In other states, maybe, but in California, that's not tolerated.
I didn't yell, Ricky. What's up, John? Anyways, man, I think we've been in here long enough. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We're definitely gonna leave this live up because no music was played. Thank you guys, man. If you guys want to rewatch it, we said some funny stuff. We had a good time. Be prepared for tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that, man. We're gonna start this party. So thank you guys for all the support, man. We appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, you guys.